Hi everyone, this week I'd like to talk about one of the latest releases from Callaway Golf. So Callaway have had a very successful year so far with the Epic driver and the Epic fairway woods, both on tour and then also in the amateur ranks and then also in retail sales. So building on top of that, they've decided and they have innovated some new tech into what's being called the new Epic irons. So as you can see on the screen behind me, we've just got up there the Callaway website just to showcase the Epic iron a little bit. For a bit more of a close-up, this is the Epic iron. And then they also produce the Epic Pro iron. So differences between the two irons is the Epic Pro is a little bit of a smaller head. It's got a slightly smaller top edge, and then it's also got a little bit less offset to sort of enhance what the better player likes to see. And then the normal Epic has got a slightly bigger cavity in the back with a slightly wider sole to help a little bit more forgiveness. So, what are the new pieces of tech that Callaway have used in these irons that's different to anything else? So the reason these irons are called the Epic irons is because they've actually used the exo cage carbon the same as they do on the driver and the fairway wood. So what does that actually mean? So the exo cage carbon on the back of these heads, that's designed to stiffen up the club head. So when we stiffen the whole head, that then means the face of the golf club has to take more of that impact and more of the strain. So the face will then flex more because the rest of the club is nice and stiff. That then should hopefully reduce in more ball speed and then more distance. Another piece of tech that Callaway have used in their new Epic irons is they've used tungsten weighting. So tungsten weighting is not something that is brand spanking new to the market, it's something that other manufacturers have used previously. But the difference in how Callaway have used it is they've actually located it within the metal just behind the club face. So what they can try and do here is they can move the centre of gravity in the clubs around to try and help you get the long irons higher and flight it for longer and get better carry distances. But then also in the short irons to try to bring that ball flight down so you've got more control into the wind and into the greens. So those are the two new pieces of tech that Callaway are using in their Epic irons. But also due to these irons being more of the premium price points, they have also had to put in two of the latest shafts. So these are called Project X LZs. So the only difference between the two is from the Pro to the Epic, they're slightly different weight. So that's going to help the different types of golfer with the different types of swing speed. So if you've got an Epic driver or fairway wood in your bag and you're really happy with how they're working and you're really impressed by the performance, then why not book yourself a custom fitting on the new Epic irons. Also, adding to that, they have actually just released an Epic hybrid. So I don't need to talk too much about the tech on the hybrid, just due to this being the same as the tech on the fairway wood itself. But again, if you've had great joys with the Epic product so far this year, then we have the full fitting components for the Epic hybrids. So if you wanted to match up your wood set completely and have a look at what lofts you might need to have and what hosel settings you might need to have to give you your perfect ball flight and the perfect distance gaps in your bag, then feel free to give us a call and we can custom fit you some more Epic golf clubs.